For the month of May, Hello Chicago Network is going green for Mental Health Awareness Month. If you need help, get help. At the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, we understand that life's challenges can sometimes be difficult. Whether you're facing mental health struggles, emotional distress, alcohol or drug use concerns, or you just need someone to talk to, our caring counselors are here for you. You are not alone. Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yanishatis, and it's time to focus. Or no, we're unfocused today. I wish we were focusing because that means we have a good basketball or hockey team, but unfortunately, we don't. For this Cinco de Mayo, Tuesday, May the 5th. Hope everyone had a good Monday. We have so much to get into. Of course, yes, we are. This is Mental Health Awareness Month. Not what we get into. We're going to get into a little bit every day. Today, we have so much to get into because we're still talking, even trying to catch up from stuff when I was in Vegas for WrestleMania. So let's take a look. Let's start right now with the NBA playoffs. Let's go in and see how this started. Let's start with the play-in, as you see on the left-hand side. Hornets beat the Heat. I was a big Hornet fan, but I like Kobe White. Of course, that's where he got traded, being a member of the Bulls. I love what they've been able to do with Lonzo Ball. Blazers got the win over the Suns, so the Blazers automatically advanced, which gave the Bulls a second draft pick within the 15th pick. Sixers beat the Magic 109-97. Warriors take care of the Clippers 126-121. Then the Magic absolutely blew out the Hornets. I remember looking at the score of this game while we were in one of the casinos in Vegas, and I was very shocked. So I was sad the Hornets lost, but the Magic, and we'll get into them in a second. And then the Suns defeat the Warriors 111-96. Then to round one, Cavaliers. It took 7 games. Cavaliers take care of the Raptors. What a game-winning shot by RJ. I'm blanking on the name, former Nick, but I got the game-winning shot. It bounced and then in the air and down. Kind of remember someone had one of those. What was it? Tyrese Halliburton had that last year. Knicks took care of the Hawks. Hawks had a 2-1 series lead. Knicks just absolutely took over after that. Sixers, the 7 seed, upset the Celtics, the 2 seed in 7 games. Celtics were up 3-1 in that series. Pistons took care of the Magic. Magic had a series lead. They were blowing out the Pistons in the first half of game 6. Pistons didn't look back after that. They win that series. Timberwolves over the Nuggets. That was an upset, I think. Anthony Edwards, I believe he's coming back. Lakers take care of the Rockets. Rockets didn't really have Kevin Durant in that series. Thunder, I believe they swept the Suns, so they're on track to possibly try to reclaim their NBA championship. And then the Spurs take care of the Blazers. I know round 2 did start on Monday, and we'll have a update of that. Not a full series, but we'll actually have an update on that coming up next week as well. But that is your updated playoffs. I think it's been so fun, the NBA playoffs. The only thing, if I have to have one gripe, and I'm not a complainer, and I'm not one of these people get off my lawn kind of people, because I'm only 35, so are going to be 35. But sometimes it's very hard to find these games. I know there's 4 networks, but I don't feel, I mean, I can go look, but I just want to know, like, you always knew it was ESPN, TNT were the 2 places. Now you got Prime in the mix. You got Peacock / NBC. So I don't know where to go, whether to go on my DirecTV app, whether to go on app. So it takes a couple extra minutes. I know it's a first world problem, but it takes a couple more minutes to get the, to figure out where the game is at. So that's, if there's one gripe, it's that. I believe I'm sure Prime's not getting any of the big games, like the big round. So I'm sure ESPN, and then of course NBC is the new playoff home. And so it was nice. I miss TNT, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. I don't like change right away, but once it's there, I'm fine. But anyway, that's the NBA playoffs. So you're all updated there. Like I said, round 2 began on Tuesday. The NHL begins the second round before the first round's even done, which kind of annoys me for being a guy like might have slight OCD. But here's the let's see here. Okay, here's the Stanley Cup playoffs. Round 1 in the books. Hurricanes take care of the Senators in their series. Flyers get a win over the Penguins. So what a job. The city of Philadelphia able to get, even though both their teams lost on Monday and their baseball teams kind of in a flux, but both teams advanced to the second round. Then the Canadians get a win over the Lightning. That was a game 7. Sabres take care of the Bruins. So a rough week there in Boston. And then the Wild get a win. Wild get over the Stars. Avalanche over the Kings. Golden Mammoths. Or Golden Mammoth, Jesus Christ. Golden Knights over the Mammoth, and then the Ducks get it over the Oilers, and I'm happy for that one. And by the way, I got a chance, because working third shift, I got a chance to watch the end of some of these games, and some of these games have been phenomenal. The second round, like I said, started on Saturday when there was a game 7 Sunday, so that's a little confusing. But overtime hockey is some of the most fun. Even coming from a guy that hockey is their fourth sport, the Stanley Cup playoff overtime is so exciting, and they had some big ones, but I'm happy for the Ducks. Joel Quenneville, his first year back. I know he had a lot of drama going on with the Blackhawks, and then we got him fired by the Panthers. But to see him back and advance to the second round, that's pretty awesome. So that is your updated Stanley Cup playoff list. And of course, we will have updates on the NBA and NHL next week as well. And I believe there are separate episodes, and still up in the air about what we're doing with I believe the draft lotteries next week, and then of course the Bulls got a new face, a new GM. So I think we might address some of that next week. And then the lottery we'll get to at some point. We'll get to all of it. But of course the playoffs are the key thing right now. And, but we don't get to enjoy any of that for either sport. So that's why we are unfocused. The rest of the week, we're going to be focusing on Chicago sports. We're going to take a look at the last road trip for the Cubs, last homestand for the White Sox. I know we're trying to do a week behind, so it's easier to record. So work with us. We are going to catch up in a couple weeks when the White Sox and Cubs do meet a week from Friday on the South Side. So we'll catch up there, but easier for recording purposes and my chance to be able to not blow you up with content and a million different things. That's why this episode was a little hard, because there was so much to catch up on, but now it'll be easier because no breaks anymore. I mean, I took that break. I don't think there's going to be any more. I mean, the summer, I don't have any huge plans. I mean, I got one trip coming up to the Dells Memorial Day weekend. I believe I'm taking the show with me. So you guys are going to join me that week after, because I think I'm going to record all my shows from Mount Olympus. Okay, so here we go. So that's that. We'll have updates on that next week. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we're doing quotes. I'll be telling stories of different things as well. We'll be doing that. Not much time today, but the rest of the 3 days this weekend. Of course, we have 16 days, but I just want to read a couple quotes each day to close out the show and let you know that I already said that one. Your mental health matters more than an external validation, 100%. And healing is not linear. It is possible. And then also, you are stronger than you realize. You are. There's been times where I've been pushed to the brink and realized, you know what, I got this. And even this past, even on Sunday, I'm getting stressed out at work because things because my job is, I don't have a set thing. And like I said earlier, I'm not a big fan of change. So then I was stressed out. I'm like, why are they giving me all this? But then if I try to do my mindset, and because my anxiety kind of creeps in a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? They trust me to do all this. So I should take that as an advantage. And then my brain just went from racing to getting the stuff done, because I sit and procrastinate instead of doing it. So it worked. And I got my head in motion. So hopefully that is something you guys can do as well. So again, it is Mental Health Awareness Month. For the month of May, we're going to continue to read stuff all month long, just so you guys know as well about but you are stronger than you realize. Don't forget, a week from Sunday, it will be our Fan Focus Live. Cubs White Sox, will be doing that I believe we go live at 1:05. It'll be fun to watch the finale. Boy, the White Sox are playing great. The Cubs are playing great, and their homestand / the next week's episode is going to be fun. These teams are playing good baseball right now. I know it's the first week of May, but not often on this show, both teams are playing great at the same time in the over 5-year history of Hello Chicago. So everyone, that's that. We talk Cubs and White Sox the rest of the week, and then next week week we'll have more as well. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I also like to say rest in peace. Lost a legend. I'm a big announcer connoisseur. The Hall of Fame voice of the New York Yankees on the radio, John Sterling, passed away. You guys, and you might not know him by name, but if you heard his voice for highlights, you definitely would. Kind of slowed down a couple years ago and then officially retired full-time last year. Famous for his it is high, it is far, it is God. I might do a tribute to him when we do our Fan Focus Live next week. Also known for catchphrases involving names, like for Curtis Granderson, oh, the Grandy man can, and sending a text message for a text message from Mark Teixeira was a good big one. Aaron Judge is all rise. El Capitan for Derek Jeter, and A-Bomb from A-Rod. And then Cano, don't you know? So, I mean, he had so many great ones. Swishalicious, I believe. Giancarlo Stanton's was Italian, so I can't say that one. But but just so many great ones. So the legend lost, and I'm a big Michael Kay guy. Watched his radio show. Now it's actually literally on to my right now. Now that he's by himself, but he worked with John Sterling, so he has a great John Sterling impersonation. So watching his show yesterday, listening to him talk about the life and legacy of John Sterling and the fact that he's been struggling for the last year, and his goal was to Michael Kay did a great job, but he got choked up at the point where John Sterling wanted to live to walk his daughter down the aisle this summer, and unfortunately he succumbed to his illness. So rest in peace to the great John Sterling. We're back this weekend. We're back the next 2 days for baseball. Everyone, I love you. Have a great week. Have a great rest of your day. We're back tomorrow. I'm Ryan Yannishatis from the Hello Chicago Network. We're the focus of Chicago sports.